Does making cure tube movies change your intention to cure something?
Yeah, because it just keeps it in the forefront. I mean, knowing that I'm going to be reporting about it, to everybody, it's just kept me working really hard at it. I don't know how I would have gone about my cure, attacking herpes and this war that I'm in with herpes and other immune dysfunctions and diseases. I don't know how I would be going about it if I wasn't making these movies. I really can't tell you. I don't know, but I know that I've gone about it like relentlessly.
Well, I mean, the simple way I would put it, from not just you, but all the people who I've made movies with so far, you're just not letting yourself slide the same way you might.
Right. Yeah, I haven't slidden. I was surprised when I woke up this morning. It was the first morning when I tested, and I didn't contract it overnight.
Hey, all right.
That was really a win.
Good for you, man. That's wonderful. Now, people have to understand that we do not mean have a physical outbreak. You haven't had a physical outbreak of herpes in about 6 months at this point.
Right, that's about right.
So, and you weren't doing anything about it to cure it up till now.
Well, once in a while I'd remove it,
And see, that's what people need to understand is if you do a little, you just have less symptoms. But it doesn't cure the disease.
Keep yourself at a tremendous trouble, but it's still there, and it's still going to be there and wreaking havoc, without you realizing it.
It does. Losing the symptoms doesn't mean you've cured the disease.
No, it would be more dangerous because you're thinking that you don't have to do anything about it.
And then it transmutes into cancer.
Which is the problem with the drugs that people are taking for
Yes.
HIV and AIDS.
Yeah, they're going to end up with a heart attack or cancer, which is what herpes is a cofactor in. Because they're going to get so lulled into hosting herpes.
Right. Yeah, it's okay to host herpes. I haven't got any symptoms.
Now, okay, this is marvelous what we're doing.
Which is why what you're saying, what you say about the 4 signals is important, because it's not just one signal that tells you you've cured something. You can't rely on just one of those signals. You can't rely on just testing. You can't rely on just a negative medical test. You can't rely on the disappearance of symptoms by itself. And you can't just rely on a good feeling.
Yes, you have to have all these signals. There's a lot of other signals.
Right.
It's not there aren't just 4. Those are just the 4 that we focus on and talk about.
Yeah, the most basic ones, I think.
But there's new behaviors and responding better and attracting money and all these
results in your life, what you manifest.
Yeah, when you like attract money, that's a signal that you've cured something.
Yeah.
Well, you've certainly attracted money. I want you to just test this question. Are there some movies of other people in the cure drive or on CureTube that have had a particularly profound effect on me?
Well, okay, test yes, and these are the ones that pop into my mind. When I see Nell, I get very moved because of the way she has just placed herself out there and the way she's trying and the way she loves to contribute to people. And there's something about Nell that I just think is so wonderful and amazing. She's like the kind of person that I always gravitated to. She reminds me of my Aunt Estelle,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The person who when I moved out of my parents' house, I went to live with my Aunt Estelle. She was like my best friend until she died. Nell is that kind of a person to me.
Yeah.
So she's had that effect on me. I want to do better because because I want to give more to Nell, Liam has had an effect on me, just seeing the way Liam plays, and he's like a little warrior, and I think, man, he was 7 years old, and if I can't do this and he's 7 and he's doing it, who am I,
He was 4, by the way.
He was 4, that's right.
Yeah, he was 4.
Kathy, I see Kathy, and Kathy I just adore Kathy. I think Kathy's the greatest, and Kathy's given so much to me and us. Just about caretaking alone, just teaching us about that alone is worth everything, you know.
I just doubt if you're ever going to need to do that. Okay, let's move on to, are there some movies of other people that have had a particularly profound effect on you?
And Meredith, it was moving to me to see Meredith because I spent a lot of time on the phone with Meredith one day, and we did a lot of work on the weight issue.
Right.
And I saw the results of it, and she has she has given back many times.
I must say that your intuition about what you should be doing with people is way better than my intuition about what you should be doing with people.
Thanks. So those are the ones right off the bat, and I was very moved by Nate's video. There was something about his character that I really liked and the way he was, and I always loved like the doctors and that guy with the big mustache and the guy.
Yeah, Max, right.
I just these people like really move me. They move me. They make me want to do better. They make me want to be a better person. You know, like Jack Nicholson said in the movie.
Okay, now hold up your Oscar.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Hold up your Oscar. How are you doing this morning? You've had a pretty trying morning, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Well, I have to say that to make this movie, you have gone through heck.
Yeah. To put it mildly.
Really. I mean, I think our viewers need to know that you're a valiant warrior in their cause, that you just, you spend every day like hours helping them and have done this for like, how long?
28 years.
Yeah, and I think frankly that, you need to give yourself all the credit, for that. And people need to understand, that there are people here like you. Has making movies for CureTube changed you in the past 3 weeks since you've been making movies for CureTube? Have you changed as a result of doing it?
The only way I can see I have changed, and it's very significant to me, it might seem very selfish, is I'm starting to actually be okay and actually like the way I look, which is never. I always hated the way I looked, and I don't hate. I like the way I look now.
Uh-huh.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's put it that way. I always hear from actors and actresses who are gorgeous, who have great, screen presence and everything, how they can't stand watching themselves, and I know exactly how they feel now, and I have to tell them if they want a cure that they should come and make CureTube movies. I don't know, it helped me, maybe it'll help them.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
I'm seeing, one result from seeing myself is knowing that I don't have to exert force in certain ways that I used to think I needed to, because I see that the force is there already. I don't have to push it.
What is the force? Just say it really so anybody can understand what the force is.
Trying to make myself understood, or trying to get my point across, or trying to come off a certain way, like I already do those